Hey, so being a high school student and transgender, I wanted to talk about what it's like to be transgender in high school. It's not easy, um, but it's not the worst thing in the world either. Where I live, it's not the most accepting place you could. There's no laws protecting, you know, me not getting discriminated against at school. Thankfully, 7 out of my 8 teachers call me by my correct name and pronouns. One of them will call me my correct name, but not my correct pronouns. And it really sucks. And then there's the great, whispering in the backs of the classroom about, is that a boy or a girl? And arguing about whether I'm a boy or a girl. And it's really not fun. It's hard to deal with. I spend most of my days at school just trying not to get in a fight with someone because it makes me so angry and so upset at the same time that I don't know how to handle it. But, and I'm sure a lot of other people go through this. I know that I'm definitely not alone in this. So I guess I just kind of wanted to give some advice on what's helping me out. One, I just went directly to my teachers and I was like, hey, you're gonna call me Christopher, you're gonna call me by male pronouns, and that's just respect. I'm not gonna respect you if you don't respect me. And for the most part, they were all okay with it. Some were a little weirded out about it. I don't think that they know what transgender is. I don't think they've ever heard the term. Which is crazy with it being in the news today, in recent days. There we go. But they just seemed really what? And I won't respond to my teachers in class if they do call me by the wrong name or pronoun, which I can say you have to be really careful about because I don't respond if they say my birth name on roll and I got counted absent once. But that wasn't even me trying to ignore them. It was me freaking out because I didn't want everyone in class to know that I was that person. Especially with everyone arguing over whether I'm a boy or a girl. I feel like that probably would have answered the question because I have a really feminine birth name. The second thing that I'm doing is currently, unless it's someone that knew me my 9th grade year when I wasn't transitioned, I'm a 10-pluser, so I'm basically a junior this year. And I've been transitioned since last year. I'm stealth about it, which you don't have to be to get the respect, but it helps because of the area I live in and people not being accepting. I'm honestly scared that some people, if they found out that, I would get bullied and hurt and all of that. But being stealth helps me because when they're arguing, I can just be like, look, I'm a guy. And I don't feel like I owe them an explanation. I don't, have to be like, oh, I'm a guy, but I was born a female or something, I can just be like, I'm a guy, stop arguing about it. And without there being 10 million questions. And, it's just not easy. And I post videos on YouTube so they could find it. So I'm not, hiding the fact I'm trans, but I'm just not completely open about it at school. It's not like a conversation starter or anything. I also have a lot of trouble with the yearbook, because if my picture gets taken and put in the yearbook, it'll probably be under my birth name. But I did find out that because the yearbook is an illegal document, you are able to put a preferred name in the yearbook. It's just about talking to the yearbook teacher about that, which I haven't done yet, but my yearbook teacher seems like a pretty decent person, so hopefully that'll go okay. So, you could do that. Depending on where you live, it should go okay. I know there's some places that are just really unaccepting of it, and people would be really hateful to you about it, so I honestly don't know what to do in those situations, but if you're in a situation you feel it would be safe, you could go talk to the teacher who does the yearbook. Bathrooms at school are the worst. My counselor told me I'm supposed to go use the nurse's restroom, which on rare occasion I do, but that's only if I'm at lunch, because the nurse's restroom is in the middle of my school, and my classes are on, like, the opposite sides of the school, and it takes, 5 minutes to get to the nurse's office, and if I have to go, I have to go, so I just go in the guy's bathroom. I walk in there confidently. I try to put off the biggest vibe that I feel like I'm okay being in there, and I do check the hallways before I walk out, just in case my counselor or a teacher that knows me isn't out there, because I don't really feel like getting written up, and I know that I could probably take it to the Board of Education if they wrote me up for that, but I'm not completely sure. So I just try to avoid that happening. But yeah, the biggest thing is definitely stressing to your teachers and the administrators and everyone how important it is that you go by your preferred name and pronouns, because otherwise it's going to be really hard for the students to not be confused and realize, oh, this person is this gender. And that kind of applies for non-binary genders. Like, if you go to a teacher and you say, hey, can you try to avoid pronouns with me and call me this name, then, like, if the students don't know, then, you have the option of telling them that you're non-binary, or you have the option of telling them that it's none of their business and they can just call you they and them like the teacher does. But for the most part, the biggest thing to me in school is confidence. Like, if I walk down the hall with confidence I'm a guy, I'm able to correct people who are calling me a girl. I am able to appear more as a guy because I feel more comfortable and confident in my body. And I'm able to go into the male's restroom, which, if someone sees you walking into the male's restroom, they're like, oh, okay, that's a guy. And I have the confidence to talk to my teachers about it, so they call me the correct pronouns and name. I really hope something I said helps you out, and I hope your school year is going great. Have a good day.